Hey, what's up YouTube? It's Cashinium, and this past Monday I started a new series live on Twitch with my friend Pajama the Mama Dog Tiger. He is a grand champion in Rocket League, and he was kind enough to agree to come on stream with me and teach me some tips to help me as a beginner get better at this game. So I've cut up that stream and made a video for you to enjoy. Hopefully there's some tips here that you can appreciate. And before we get into the video, if it does end up helping you or you do like this content, please leave a comment, like, and subscribe. I will see you guys all at the end of the video. Enjoy. Okay.
So just that transition.
Does increasing that to like 2 or higher make that faster or decreasing it?
When you turn it up, it'll make it longer. It could be people increase it just because the constant move is disorienting, but if you kind of get used to it, the quicker the better, because that time in between is like kind of just wasted time where you don't have any eyes. You know, you want to get to the
be snappy
sooner. So let me look at mine. And I know it's all preference. Have you changed your camera settings at all? Besides the point, we're here to learn about Rocket League. So I play it with the car a little bit closer, my camera a little bit closer to the car compared to yours. I could tell you my exact settings to play with them. Maybe just note yours. My camera, I have my field of view at 105.
Okay.
So not the furthest, but 105.
Gotcha.
I have it's different than an FPS field of view, because in a game like this, where an FPS you kind of want the greatest because that gives you more info. In this game, it can kind of make it harder because of how you're driving a car. So if in your head it's giving you more control, then all power to you, but it's different than an FPS kind of field of view. But my distance is 280.
Okay.
My height is 120. I've altered over time, but yeah, these are kind of subtle. -4 angle, and then stiffness 0.2, and then swivel is 4, and then transition is 1.
All right.
But obviously camera shake off, and then it is a lot closer. But I think what it helped me with is car control with with dribbling, because you're able to really see the ball on top of your car.
I mean, it doesn't feel a whole lot different. It just definitely looks a lot different. And I think the biggest thing is getting used to meeting the ball again at this view.
And if you do want it a little, I think your angle was more top down when I was looking at. We kind of changed your angle a little bit, right? And that angle does make a big difference, because it's the perspective of where you're looking up, and
for sure
you still be able to see top down, because your own car, if you're too low, will block a lot of the own field of play. So you need that little perfect balance.
I would agree with you, and I think actually bring it up just slightly, just because especially on the wall, that's where feel like I'm losing it.
Yeah, not that distance. That even looks like a better spot from looking at you on stream from what you
just for a little bit, just like 20 more, honestly, it just feels better.
I was even going to mention that, like if that's a little too much, I would knock it just a little bit, but
the amount of times I miss the ball in this corner, or when it's rolling around this corner, even when I'm jumping to try to meet the ball, is terrible. So
so you want to know like a fun tip, right? Is if you're on corners, do you ever get that moment when you're driving on the wall / on a corner and you jump and you feel like your car just sticks to the wall even though you jump?
Especially in this corner, yes.
That's just one thing you kind of have to learn. It can be weird sometimes. Or if you're like going across the goal and so you drive and you try to like jump, but then you're flipping randomly, it's because if any of your wheels are off, it considers that like as a direction, like you're already in the air. So as if you were to fall from like the ceiling, for example, I always have my jump. So at any point I can jump like that, because I never wasted my first jump. That's kind of like what you'll see with like the flip reset. But obviously I'm not trying to teach you anything about that. I'm just trying to teach the reasoning behind, like if you're ever on the backboard here and you're like trying to make a save down, and then you try to jump or whatever, and you end up doing one of those things, that's because you never used your first jump, and it's not all your wheels are on a surface basically. So and if your directional stick is moving away. That's like as if you were to use your second jump in a direction. And you just can't get used to the game. The game it's all rhythm. You either know, there'll be nights where I'm playing competitive with a friend and I know when I'm on, and it's not because I'm missing shots or making shots, you know, shots, that's different. I know I'm playing well when my car is in control. When I'm in control of my car, it's like, okay, I'm playing well, even if I missed a shot or two, you know? It's like, okay, I'm still playing fast, managing boost well. And yeah, even if I miss, like, and I come flying, I'm able to always land on all four and keep my momentum moving. So nice. If my half flips are working well, if I'm making smart decisions, and I know I'm playing bad when I'm overthinking, questioning my hits, and hesitant, you know, that's when the game is not coming natural. And you don't want to play at a point, you never want to play Rocket League too analytically to where you're debating every move, because then you're just going to lose. You're just going to, that time, that split second you take of debating, oh, do I push now, do I not? It should be a yes or no, quick decision, and if you made the wrong decision, you made it, but at least you didn't hesitate, you know?
Right.
And there are times you'll learn, like, oh, I shouldn't push this now. It's just more of a flow of the game of, you'll get into a flow of, like, I push now, I hit now, I go, my partner goes, and then it's hard to do that when you're queuing up randomly, especially in threes. I think twos is what people gravitate to, because they only have to worry about one other thing, and it's their one teammate, not the other teammate. And ones especially, it's all you have to do is worry about yourself. Time is to be spent on positioning, knowing when I should push or how to push, or like just more of the positioning stuff, because that can get you a lot farther early on than knowing how to flip reset or do crazy spinning moves in the air, you know?
That makes sense.
When you're doing your kickoffs, are you flipping into your kickoffs yet, or are you just going straight?
Well, it really depends on the match after the first couple, but default is to try to flip in like a half second before they do.
Gotcha. I would work on side flips, because side flips, are my way of, even when I'm not, have no boost, it's my faster way of getting around the map. And especially when I'm doing my kickoffs, like that's how I do my kickoffs, is the side flip. So you can also, you can boost and flip at the same time. And it's not drastic, but it's, if you just look at my car, just simple like this. So just side flips like that, like a little boost. And even if I have no boost, I'm able to like land on all four and keep going.
Right.
Because sometimes if you're just going straight, I don't think it's a mental thing. It actually is like a mechanic thing, because you're able to boost a little bit. And if you're doing this, you're boosting kind of backwards, or it's just hard. But the side flip is always going forwards.
Right.
And it's all about momentum. One thing that I used to do for warming up is to get out of ball cam and just stay in the air and go across the map in the air and from one goalpost to the other.
Okay.
And then like hit the back wall. Oh, I didn't even hit the back wall, but to jump up in the air and just stay in the air all the way to one goalpost to the other, kind of like you're running sprints in like gym class, you know, from down and backs, and just controlling your car, hitting the back wall, turning, and then going to the other side. Just anytime you're in the air and you're aerialing, to like constantly tap your boost, or if you're in the air, to tap your boost as you're turning, because it maximizes your boost, and it also just gives you more control, because going in one way you lose control of speed. In say I'm going up for a ball, and yes, there are times you just want to go full force and hit it, but those higher up aerials at this rank, especially when not everyone's speedy, being able to feather your boost for certain balls and touches, sometimes I have to remind myself, I'm going too fast, I need to feather my boost. Tips for future is that once you feel confident going from air from one goal to the next, is to do, I'll show you it now, is to go backwards. So to, like I'm doing, like go from this side, but with your hood facing the goal, so you're going this way.
I got you.
Yeah, and not frontwards. Still trippy, I'm not still perfect at it, but it is good practice. So this is a weird tip, But to keep spinning and keep momentum is one big one, because it kind of counters yourself off. Because if you waste too many seconds going on one side, you're lopsided, you're boosting sideways, and then you've lost control. It does matter on which way you're angling.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
So if you are arrowing,
that makes sense.
And so, yeah, it does change your momentum and direction as well. So if you're spinning, it allows you to, just balance it out, because you're not going one direction for so long. They're called tornado spins, but if you kind of see what I'm doing, yes, it was a little fast, but I'm going around, I'm going back and around that way, and then focus on spacing and position. Okay. And I want to let you go, and then you're going to let me go. Right. And it's basically like we're playing 1v1, but you have a backup part. So if you play offense, you can play offense. You don't have to worry about getting back on defense, because your teammate is going to be there for you, but then you need to be behind him. It's always a cat and mouse game of you go, I rotate, I hit it, you rotate. You like, say you're dribbling the ball and you're at midfield right here, and I see you have control, you're dribbling up. I'm going to pick a side, whatever side it makes sense, whatever side I'm coming from. Right. If I see you kind of leaning like towards left or whatever, I'm just going to pick a side and stay behind you. And you go for the ball, and if I know that ball is out of your reach, I'm going for it next. And if you say you make a play and they hit it, or you just hit it into the corner, because the corner is early rank's best friend, because they're going to use the corner to center it. They're going to use the corner to clear it. The corner is key. And you see less like actual infield passing of like you being there and I'm actually right to your right, for kind of like an actual soccer pass. At this rank, it's going to be a lot of off wall, off corner, off the other team passing it to you too. For sure. And if you're just setting yourself up as a position wise, it's going to be more beneficial than, oh yeah, you got the ball, I'm going up ahead and cherry picking. Nah, there's not going to be really any of that, because more than likely they're going to play defense, clear the ball, and then we're both on the same side over here, and there's no one guarding our back. So if you're up, if we do that same example again, say I'm hitting the ball and you're back behind me, and I'm trying to obviously take it to the goal, but they pinch it out over here to this side, right? Now, if I'm right here, if my car's right here, if I'm in front of the ball at all, I should be turning this way and going back middle, and you should be coming from right here and going to attack. Gotcha. If it makes sense, unless that defender, say if the ball is right back where it was, like where my car's here, where I'm jumping, the ball is, and the defender is right here, but you're at midfield, they're going to beat you to the ball, For sure. You know they're going to beat you to the ball, so you should kind of just be playing like shadowing and just waiting for them to like make a play, and you can either hit it, or if they even get by you, well, since I already rotated back to net, then it's my turn. And they're taking it along this side, more than likely it's going to go on this corner. I'll make a hit for an attempt on the corner. If I don't, you've already rotated back again. It's a constant rotate to net. I hit the ball, you hit the ball, I rotate the net. And that doesn't mean you can't go for a crazy play if you are on offense and the ball lands right next to you. But it's just to be aware that you don't have to do everything, and you want your teammate to be there for you. That is going to help you more than likely, because at this rank, I'm sure you've had where the other team is just passing the ball, or the other team misses, the other team whiffs. Oh yeah. So if you're not adding to the confusion, the ball's just going to land in front of your car, and you're going to have a shot. Yeah. And last tip, this is the easiest thing to do better, and it's a defensive tip. So when you're playing defense, I still get scored on like this. You go to net, say I'm the other team. Okay. And I'm going to bring it along this left side, right? But say your teammate is close to the ball. Like your teammate is here, so you're technically last one back, right? Right. Your teammate's here, and he's getting beat, but the ball's coming on this left side around this corner. Where should you be positioned?
In this area right here. While it's in that corner, I'm trying to be on this far post.
Here's where you should be. It's a 2v1, right? So basically, there's a person bringing it down in the corner. Their other teammate's going to be right where I'm positioned right now, because they're waiting for the dink and dunk. I'm going to go in. I'm going to shoot it, right? You should be on this corner. In the goal, facing kind of like right here. This side of the goal is what I'll say. I'm not going to say in this corner, but right here, because of one reason. That teammate is going to bring it around the goal, right? And if it's going to go above, if you can stand here and meet it, like say if it were to pop out, you're going straight to the ball. You're going straight out to the ball. Now, if the ball's rolling low and you're right here to turn and hit it right here. So either way, but if you're over here, there is so much room on this close to where the ball is. They could pass it right here, get a shot here. You're trying to eliminate either the shot or the pass from this guy coming middle, or this guy to just beat you around right here, and he has too much space right here. He could took a shot here, but if you're on this corner, like right here, if you're on this side of the goal, in the goal or on the line, you can make a save jumping up. If they were to pass it back out, more than likely you can push out because the ball will be here. This guy is usually, if the other teammate is lined up way over here, well then he's out of position actually. If he's way over here waiting for the pass, unless he booms a hit, which you'll still be able to get to if you're in the middle of the net, you just don't want to be where you're currently at right now, because this guy can just dribble it and even make a play, or hit it down close to where the ball is, like right here. You see what I mean?
I see what you're saying. I was watching somebody else similar rank to you who was suggesting the far post, and the argument behind it and the reason why I've started to like it is what happens if you were, for instance, in this corner where you were suggesting that I defend, but it's instead going to be up over this side. You're not. How are you going to get to it from being that close to the close post?
It would be challenging to get to. It's not. That's like the worst case scenario. The way you're not going to get to it though is that if you're in front of the goal. The way you are going to get to it regardless is if you are in the goal or right near the line. So yeah, you can play here if you have the feeling, because you're gonna know. It's hard to like come up with a billion hypotheticals of what will happen, you know? This is also with the intent that your other teammate should be rotating back here though. So you are next closest to the ball. You know what I mean? That makes more sense. If you're lining up here, there's a lot of open net. But if you know, lining up towards the middle, towards the ball, it has way more potential of like making the play than over here where there's just so much open net. One pad is all you need to make a save. Always. You can jump up and you just got one pad. If you use that double jump in one pad, you can make a save. But if you're in front of the goal, that's where danger is. So that's my biggest defending tip. And rotating behind your teammate for hits and everything like that, you know, that'll just come naturally. There are a ton of training packs and you'll get used to that, but it's hard to say, hey, do this, hit the ball like this, when it's such a mental game of like experience and understanding. You can't really teach hitting the ball. You can teach ways to hit the ball and like ideas, but actually doing it is going to be the best recipe for learning, you know? For choosing kickoffs, if I'm second back, I usually like to grab one other boosts. Usually I call it out, but I actually forget to. So I see that guy's way far away. I'm going to try and dribble.
And and that's the game. That's all it took.
Oh yeah.
Doesn't take much, dude. It really doesn't.
If you're already up off a challenge and the ball's going to me, always look for that upwards pass.
So I'd start to rotate back towards the goal just in case you missed it.
It depends. No, if you don't have boost and you're like, this is bad for me to push up, then rotate. But if you do have boost and you see me get the ball and I'm in a spot where I can hit it to you, then that is a time where you want to be up. But you're already up.
Light hit. If they don't touch it, it'll go in.
Yep. See, this is a time where like, even though you're going for the ball, you still have a chance to go to the ball. So I'm not going to get in your zone. I'm not going to get in your space of like pushing up after your first hit.
Cool.
Definitely. I'm going to take it back and I'll turn on it if you want to go behind me.
Yep.
I got bumped. It's all you. Nice try.
Bounced off.
I'll get this if you rotate.
It still felt too close, honestly.
It was. You could be at that. I like to line up on that second box. A little behind that. So let me look. So you had 8 boost. You could You could have gone up the wall.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that would hit it harder so that it wouldn't have dropped back down there. Yep.
Because I got bumped rotating back, so that's one of the scenarios where it's like, There is no one behind you, you know. You can do a lot with 8 boost and knowing how to jump off walls, but
for sure,
jumping off walls is tough. So here you go. I'll go left.
Okay.
This is perfect. Like hitting it off the corner, rotate corner. Like it can kind of be considered a little ball chasey, but actually that's like one of my partner's biggest kind of thing is like always I hit it, rotate, he hits it, rotate, and like keep that pressure, but know your limits of what you can or can't get to, and not to try and like let them get a counterattack. See, this is something that it's a hard hit goal, but it's really very simple. I even got bumped there. Jump once, boost, hit.
Square it up.
See how you were behind me more there, and I'm taking it to the corner? That's when you want to be more towards the middle.
Right.
Yep. I'm going to let this roll. Hit it. I'll take it as much as I can. I'm going to rotate.
Okay. I totally didn't expect to hit that hard. Nice. Oh, you buddy. Or actually, teammate just... Oh, it actually did go off the post. I didn't realize it hit the post too. Why are you so good? Teach me, senpai. What they don't know is that it's exactly what's going on right now. He is my master. Not my senpai. He is my master. My Rocket League master. He's my Mr. Miyagi in Rocket League. He's telling me to wax on and wax off.
I'm playing very weird there. That was all
I saw that. I didn't know what was going on. I was like, are you just trying to show off? Or?
No, oh,
they're going to shoot it in on themselves.
Sometimes I'm like, okay, let's play this as if I am them. And then I do, that's what happens.
By watching the pros juggle the ball, exactly. That's how we learn. We watch the pros juggle the ball. And listen to their wise words of wisdom. I got it.
So you go. I'm going to go right.
Yep.
Well, they are...
Okay, they're just done. Well, we'll get you to double digits. We don't want double digits. We want to practice.
Yeah. Oh, is that what they're saying in chat?
That's what he just said. Yeah, we'll get you to double digits. What rank are you? You don't want to know. He's like top 10 in the world. No, not top 10 in the world.
No. There's... the skill gap of this game is insanity.
Right. Tonight. But I'm excited. Thank you, everybody that stopped by. Enjoyed the conversation. As always, Pajama with Mama, I'm probably not still sticking around, but just want to give you another shout out and thank you again for the coaching session this stream, and looking forward to just chatting tomorrow for Talk About It Tuesday with you guys. See you all tomorrow. Keep it real and keep it classy, and I'll see you on the flip side. Peace.